On the blackboard at the world's top school MIT, there was a math problem no student could solve, but it was cracked by a quiet janitor like it was nothing. Everyone on campus was stunned by this discovery. Even a professor on vacation rushed back by plane, because only Fields Medal winners had ever solved problems like this. It was clear MIT had found another genius. The next day, everyone wanted to see this genius in person, but the classroom was packed and the janitor never showed up. So the professor wrote an even harder problem on the board, a question that had taken other professors 2 years to design. He was hoping the genius would return to solve it, but what no one knew was that janitor had just been arrested for fighting. Even though he got out of jail, he was still facing charges for 2 weeks. Will had never been to school. He was an orphan bounced between foster homes, but every time he was abused, he ran away. Now he survived by doing odd jobs. One day he saw the new math problem on the board, and without hesitation, he started solving it. Even though his life was rough, he had a gift for learning. As he was writing, the professor happened to walk by. Startled, Will ran away immediately.
Don't you walk away from me!
Hey, fuck you!
Oh, you're a clever one. What's your name?
Later the professor came back to check the blackboard, and what he saw completely blew his mind. He couldn't believe it.
Oh my god. Looks right.
The problem that took years to solve was cracked in minutes by a janitor. After leaving campus, Will and his buddies went to a local bar. Since it was near Harvard, the women there were smart and beautiful. Chuck spotted a girl and pretended to be a history major, but soon, a real Harvard guy exposed him and mocked him hard. That's when Will stepped in. He recited the guy's academic references word for word, even pinpointed the page numbers in the books.
Do you have any thoughts of your own on this matter? Or is that your thing? You come into a bar, you read some obscure passage, and then pretend you pawn it off as your own idea just to impress some girls? Embarrass my friend? See, the sad thing about a guy like you is in 50 years, you're gonna start doing some thinking on your own, and you're gonna come up with the fact that there are 2 certainties in life. 1, don't do that. And 2, you dropped 150 grand on a fucking education you could have got for $1.50 in late charges at the public library.
Everyone at the bar was stunned, and Chuck got his dignity back. Will's performance caught the attention of Skylar. She walked over and gave him her number. Meanwhile, the professor was searching for Will everywhere. But the next time he saw Will was in court. Will couldn't afford a lawyer, so he defended himself. His arguments were sharp and logical, but because of his history of fights and violence, the judge ruled he had to pay $50,000 bail, or he'd stay in jail. With no money, Will had no choice but to remain locked up. Then the professor showed up. He offered to pay Will's bail, but only under one condition. Will had to do weekly math research and go to therapy sessions regularly. Soon they began their first math session. That's when the professor realized Will's talent was beyond anything he'd ever seen, but his traumatic past left deep scars. No matter how many top therapists he saw, none of them could reach him. Some even believed Will was beyond help.